What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom. We put the real in reality or whatever, period. I'm your host, Pharaoh, and we still are joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee Craig. Page, honey. I know that's right, bitch. Now, Lee Craig.
Bitch, you know what? It ain't changing. It ain't changing.
This is the fifth podcast you done been on here with her. So,
I keep forgetting to change it.
We're
when I see it, I'm like, why change it?
Why stop? Why not?
Why
not?
Now,
is it drugging? Drinking? Oh. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna be 1,000,000% honest right now. I thought I knew who got fifth place. I was wrong.
Thank God you were wrong.
I thought it was Sue. Thank God I was wrong. But I'm
actually very curious. The people in the chat, shout out to y'all in the chat. Period. Zudaman, Stefan, Alejandro, everybody watching. I know that's right. But specifically Stefan, because you said you were watching. Did the public like Sue back in the day? Because after this episode, I could see how the girls would be like, "Fuck Sue."
I love.
She was doing a lot.
She was
doing a lot, and I don't even like Kelly like that. But I was like, okay, hold on, Sue, calm down, wait.
Sue was doing a lot.
Not Kelly.
Not that one.
I'm curious how the public reacted to her, or just in general. Did they hate anyone this season? Like, was the perception of reality TV that toxic yet? I'm curious.
That's a great question. Honey. I want to know too. Sue, let's get there. We started this episode off, and of course, we're down to the Toggy 5. Well, to the Toggy 4 and Sean, but he's also a part of Toggy. It's just Toggy, bitch. Boom. It's just Toggy left, and Toggy is scrambling around a little bit because Richard Hatch is playing with Rudy. He's playing with Sue.
You wouldn't go add me back.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even see you gone. Didn't even bat an eye.
He don't give a fuck about me.
Didn't even bat an eye. Stefan said,
we should have kept going together. It's hard to say that wasn't a social media back then. Only the Survivor Sucks forums. But what I can say is people hated the Taki Alliance except Rudy.
Really?
People hated Richard. That makes sense. And I can also see how they would not hate Rudy because Rudy hasn't really been in the mess. But I know people were saying that like Rudy Kelly Wigglesworth, like these people were famous after this. So I guess even if they had negative attention, it would still be fame.
Yeah, because Jerry's name is the one that I remember being on Scary Movie, and everyone hated Jerry.
Oh, yeah, Jerry Manthey.
Yeah. They were like, that bitch Jerry. I didn't say it. They said it on the movie, y'all.
Yeah, in the Scary Movie.
But I love Jerry. Oh my God, I love Jerry so bad. I cannot wait for you to see Jerry as a young icon. Not that she was old and washed up in Heroes vs. Villains, but she was
washed up for sure. Yeah. Actually, no, I actually really enjoyed her in Heroes vs. Villains. I'm not gonna lie. She was an interesting character. When she went off on Rupert, I said, period. Because look, I've seen Rupert in Pearl Islands.
Love Rupert.
Rupert in Heroes vs. Villains.
Love.
I can't say that.
Damn.
Can't say that.
Damn.
I know. I think we talked about this in the podcast before, but
we have. Maybe All Stars Rupert you'll love. Maybe.
You're like that when I get my.
You singing this unreleased song.
Somebody in the comments had asked if we should make our Survivor 50 wish list. So I think before next week's podcast, we should go through each season that we've seen and pick people and then do it on the finale.
I can do that. I like that for us.
So this is what we're gonna do. Everyone watching the Survivor Rewind, because y'all special. Y'all are here. Y'all are real. Y'all are trill. Okay, only the real bitches is getting Survivor Rewind. Okay, everybody else they at the Love Island. They at the Dragon. They at the other shit.
Get them.
Real ones are here, bitch.
Get them.
We got y'all. We got y'all.
All
right. Now, is it gonna be 50 people? Probably. But we're gonna do it.
Hey, who cares? Jerry says, not Jerry. Stefan. Damn. Stefan says Jerry was hated for no reason. The poor thing. I'll be the judge. When you watch season 2, we're gonna watch
season 2.
Yeah, she's on season 2. We're gonna watch and Kobe. We're gonna watch season 2.
Damn, and Tina be both them bitches. I know that's right, Tina. I'm so excited to stand Tina. I feel like I'm gonna love Tina.
We're gonna watch this during Survivor 50, so it'll be a fun old time to watch it during Survivor 50. I think maybe one person might be on. I think Elizabeth, Monstro Elizabeth Sue is on that one as well. So that would be a great one.
Elizabeth what?
Monstro Elizabeth Sue.
Who is that?
Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Who called her Monster Elizabeth Sue?
That's the lady from The Substance. Turn it to Monster Elizabeth. Anyways,
why did you call this lady Monster Elizabeth Sue?
I forgot her last name at first. Shit, you know who I'm talking about. Anyways,
now why Dave called us out so bad? Y'all are early today. I gagged.
Child, let me tell you why we early. There's many reasons. One, Lee just woke up, y'all. Lee was literally asleep.
I was not asleep.
Get up. Lee was asleep. I said, nigga, get up. Lee said, I don't want to. Valid.
Y'all ain't gonna call us out on our CP time. Y'all know we black. We be late a little bit.
Niggas always show up on CP time. That's not what she say. You know that song? Oh my God. It's called Benz by Solange.
Okay, period. I didn't know you was a Solange stan.
I'm not a Solange stan, but Solange has eclectic music, and every once in a while, I'm in an eclectic mood. And if I'm gonna go eclectic, I'm gonna go black eclectic. So Solange is where you go, you know. Dollars never show up.
It was so funny. I remember at work one time I had mentioned that I like Beyonce, and then the person kept mentioning Solange, and then so was tearing down Beyonce. I'm like, hold on,
hold on now.
Hold on. She was like, oh, Solange makes real music, and she was just doing it in, and I was like, okay.
Oh, was it drugs? Drinking?
I said something was gagging to a friend the other day, and he was like, huh? What does that mean?
Oh my God. You got straight friends? Straight fans are so annoying. They don't know shit.
Because they don't be knowing the terminology. JB said, do y'all think Rob Cessanino would be on Survivor for 50? I think that would be cunty. Especially like the legacy he's built where Rob has a podcast. If he's on Survivor 50, that would be nasty. And he better eat it up too. Because you got a legacy now, baby. You gotta eat it up because the entire RHAP community is gonna be watching, girl.
They are. He better pregame. He better pregame. They said they're leaving on May 28th, y'all, and the cast will be likely revealed by the end of May. So,
ooh, girl, I'm scared. But we gonna see. Oh, this is why it's perfect for us to give our wish list next week. So period.
Very, very interesting. I just had a vision. I had a vision like Raven.
Okay, Raven.
because you mentioned this whole picking the 50 who we want on 50. I was like, it's giving preseason because we do Big Brother preseason and we never do a Survivor preseason. Not that we will ever, but maybe we will someday when we have time.
You think we should save it for that then?
I think we shouldn't save it for that. We should do it right now. Because 50's coming up. We should do it right now. But that was just such a great idea, and like we could definitely.
Well, we're gonna go through and just name names. So
gonna name names.
Survivor 50, we could definitely curate a full cast of who we would want to
organize.
Yeah. I mean, the cast will already be leaked, but
it's gonna be out. We can still do it.
Not everybody gonna know it's already out.
They're not. Okay, boom. But
y'all see how y'all was involved in the? You see,
y'all was here. We planned it together because this is the real true kingdom. Like I don't know who them other girls are who they claim their kingdom, but they're not. The bitches at Survivor Rewind, Big Brother Rewind.
Zulu, man, I'm not putting that on the jumbotron. Y'all gonna stop playing with my sister. But JB, we do need Tasha Fox on Survivor 50.
Do we need Tasha Fox?
Yes, we need Tasha motherfucker. I don't feel Sabrina Thompson.
I'll take Sabrina. But no shade to Tasha. I love Tasha. I love Tasha down.
Here you go. Already hating on a black woman. It come that quick.
So I didn't just say I love her 3 times?
You have to say I love her because you would have said something negative about her.
I just love her. I just can't just love her.
That's it. Okay, next. The Taki tribe is all scattering, child. Rich tells Kelly that he'd rather Sue leave than Rudy. And then he tell Rudy he'd rather Kelly leave than Sue. Just lying. Just saying anything. And he don't give a damn. And they don't give a damn either because they're not voting him out.
And don't give a damn. And don't. After this, we get this big old moment with Sue and Kelly. Now, Sue is a smart cookie with a big mouth.
Emotional spirit.
Oh, okay. I like that too.
I like that as well.
she definitely is someone who give her some time, give her some years of experience. Not even years, one extra play around. I think she could win the season because she's very smart. She knows exactly what she's saying. Because I remember I was saying maybe Sue shouldn't want to go to the end with Kelly because Kelly might win because she's been dick riding the pagans the whole time. Basically, Sue felt the same thing, and she said, Kelly, I'm not going to the end with you because you've been dick riding the pecans this whole time. And I know you're going to beat me if I get you to the end. So I'm not going to the end with you, period. You've been walking around making it seem like we're not those girls and that we've been against them and that you're all innocent and you're not. And it's like, wait, Sue, why are you telling her?
You don't have to tell her that.
You don't have to say it, Queen.
But it's season 1, girl. That concept is not established yet. But that is what Kelly was doing. It's funny because I didn't even know this was going to be the outcome. But it's so funny how I clocked Kelly in the moment. Because that's exactly what Kelly was doing. Kelly was being protected by this alliance, but going around bashing into everyone else to make everyone else think that she's just a victim of this alliance. They were literally saying it. But then they started clocking tea. But what I don't understand is why Sue was... Because honestly, for Colleen to tell you that, Colleen doesn't like her anymore. You can still go to the end with her.
I agree.
She can go to Final 3 with you. So honestly, I feel like it's coming from a more emotional standpoint because she feels probably betrayed by Kelly.
Jealousy?
I don't think it's jealousy. I think she just feels betrayed.
And I don't think it was betrayal. And that's okay. In a way, yes. She's trying to.
Well, they already noticed that she was leaving the pack.
Yes.
And then to hear from a third party that she was saying all of these things, it was like confirmation bias. And the thing is, Kelly was actually doing all of these things. So I understand the anger. It's just the gameplay. It's not necessarily smart to do what she did. However, I can't knock points off of that because it's season 1, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Kelly was intentionally trying to undermine her. And Kelly is just like me. She is silly. She goes to Richard Hatch and she was like, well, I mean, I thought that's what we were supposed to do. Aren't we supposed to pretend that we're not in the line? Right?
she was
and I really love Kelly. I did not think because I didn't really remember Kelly, but the Wigglesworth we saw in the future, it's like, meh.
She came back for her check. But this Kelly, like Judah Man said, Kelly was actually playing the low-key the first female villain. Like low key. Yep. I really enjoy Kelly this season. She's fun.
Yep, very, 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 very fun. But yeah,
she's basically because she's literally blatantly said that I'm playing both sides. Like she's basically have said that.
Yep, and she is. And then she has a diary room. She says Sue's a hypocrite, anyways, because she came to me talking about we should flip on Rich, even though Rich came to her about flipping on me. So she's a hypocrite anyway. She's playing both sides too. Oop, clock it. But that's the thing. Most of the time, somebody is upset about something. In a way, they're doing the same thing in a different way. And that's 90% of the time in these games because that's how you play the game. You play the game like this. What the fuck?
And that's why you get a lot of hypocrites in reality TV. And I think people get upset about that. But like literally everyone's a hypocrite in reality TV. Everyone is mad about someone else doing something in the game that they also want to be doing or, can't do. So they're mad about it.
Can't do, are doing, or want to be doing.
Literally. Either one of the three.
Period.
But what's so gaggy about Kelly is that Kelly did all of this mess and the bitch won immunity. Oh, not the bitch, the queen, the icon, the diva won immunity. Like you ate that up, mama. You ate that up.
Because Richard said last episode she was the target, she won immunity. They made it seem like this episode she was the target, she won immunity. Get her out. Good luck. And don't fuck it up. They fucked it up twice. But Richard has a diary when he says, look, I'm so glad Kelly came to me with this because it seemed like she was a little mad at both of us, but I'm just going to keep it cute. And I'm going to let her be mad at Sue over there. And I'm going to be very neutral and normal. And that's the thing. Richard Hatch isn't walking around saying, Kelly, why did you Sue? Why? Because Kelly ends up telling Richard that Sue was coming after him. Like you can kind of hear it in his diary rooms. He's like, yeah, even though Sue was coming after me, but he's not walking around. Sue, why were you coming after me? Kelly, why were you flipping? He's not doing all of no shade to Sue, but he's not doing all of that. So now he's kind of capable of working with Sue against Kelly and working with Kelly against Sue, when really both of them need to be working together against him, which is what Sue knew she needed to do a long time ago. Another reason Sue shouldn't have said nothing is because she still should want Richard Hatch out. In my opinion, I get Kelly is playing all around and really Kelly and Richard need to go for Sue. Sue should have made a final 2 with Rudy and Sean, if I'm being honest. But hey, like this round, Richard should have went home if Sue was playing optimally. She should have got Sean and Kelly to vote out Richard, and then as soon as Kelly isn't immune, she needs to go, and then you will win, Queen. I don't think she's going to make it.
She's just not thinking on that level, girl. It's the first season. The person who's really thinking the most optimally is Richard. He seems to be the only one that kind of understands how this game is played. I mean, he's basically setting the blueprint for how to play this game in the future. Yeah. I'm really interested to see, like, no spoilers or anything, but I'm interested to see what does Tina do? Is Tina going to be our Lisa Donahue representation, right? Like,
ooh, I like
you know what I mean? Like I said, to me, this season is building up to be similar to BB2 in the sense that the person who's been, 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 the person who's the evil king this entire time is going to win over the woman who's been low-key playing the game but not admitting to playing the game.
Right.
And then is season 2 going to give, well, now we need to rectify that evil winner that we placed and give us a innocent,
a good winner,
good angelic winner. Like, because if that's the case, the similarities is bonkers. Like, the similarities would be insane. So I'm interested to see what that's gonna give.
Zudaman, so what do y'all think of Richard's game?
I think it's impressive. This is the very first season, and he's really, I mean, this is not only the very first season, this is probably like one of the first instances of social strategy, right? Period. On TV.
This is the only in America. This is the first instance of social strategy, period.
And he's giving us a masterclass on how it's done. Yeah. He's been controlling every single vote. And the thing is, he didn't even create this alliance from the get-go. He used the start of someone else crafting an alliance and based off of that. And since then, he's been running the entire game. Yeah. And, you know, you can poke holes in it. You know, basically, this cast was very oblivious because they were not fans. Well, not fans, because there was no show to be a fan of. So they weren't fans, but because they couldn't be. And it's like, there's a lot of holes in it because of that. However, if you're isolating the situation, this being the very first season, social strategy not being a comprehensible thing until this show probably even aired, he's doing insane. Like, the building blocks he's setting up in this season have been used up until this day. Quite literally.
Literally. I agree. I think he's eating this shit the fuck up. Very impressive. Also, like, he's thinking on a level that it seems like you would kind of but it almost seems like you would expect him to have some prior knowledge, the way that he's thinking, like, okay, I'm going to keep it real cute here and I'm going to do this. It's like as if he has not. No, this is coming from his mind. There's nothing he's going off of. There's nothing he's basing this off of. Even in Big Brother 2, there were mentions of Survivor 1, you know, of Richard Hatch, you know, so it's like there's been a blueprint ever since this, and he created it. So
child, that's what JB said. That's why Richard Hatch and Dr. Will always be at the top. I for sure feel that way about Dr. Will, and I'm watching Richard for sure as well. Like, he's a weirdo, so I can see why the legacy definitely died. But if he was not a weirdo, like, he definitely should be someone that's still mentioned to this day. But niggas want to be weird, girl. Can't never root for a man, child. They always gonna let you down. They is.
Yeah, they is. I'm telling you, they is.
Not a good man though. That's why I need to watch Earl on Survivor 50, because I feel like that's a good man that I can root for.
I love Earl.
Jeremy, that's a good man I can root for a little bit.
Who?
I'm trying to find a white one. I like some of the white winners. I can't lie.
You're not white, but you'll
non-black. Yeah, I love the. I think any woman winner, I'm like, gag it, mama. I like when Tyson won. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed Tyson on his season.
Meh.
It was meh, but I liked it. Tony was a good winner. I didn't like it at the time.
Oh, love Tony.
He was a good winner.
He was
a lot of the male winners. I have to grow to be like, you know what? You ate that, mama. You really did eat that.
I love Tony, but you're right. I did have to grow to it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna hold.
We don't know Tom Westman yet. Well, I don't know Tom Westman. You know Tom Westman?
I know of Tom Westman. He wins something? Maybe I don't know Tom Westman. Who the fuck is Tom Westman? I don't remember him as a winner, but I guess he won something.
I'm literally drawing a blank on most of the winners. Like, no, I'm thinking about it, but
yeah,
I'm like, it was a few people who I was like, girl, like we finna do Nicaragua next. No way in hell Fabio should have won that season, girl.
We sure?
No, I'm positive.
Yeah,
I'm positive. Fabio should not have won that season. I'm sorry if you're counting immunity wins as a plus, then yeah, but I don't. So
yeah. Child, we get to the reward. This reward is a classic. They got to get all dirty with the mud and transfer the mud with their body to this. What is it called? Bucket, like the chum bucket. And they had to transfer the mud over. I miss this challenge. I wish they would do simple shit like this in New Era Survivor, but they want to be all complex and then have the same nigga win every motherfucking immunity. Shit like that. But they play. Kelly wins the reward because she's eating. So of course she's gonna win.
Girl, because Kelly is out here eating it up. That's why Kelly was so mad about working with the older people. Girl, now you sit up here eating them up. Okay, you should have been happy to go to the end with them. And wait, what you said, girl?
What'd I say, girl?
You said high off that what?
High off that burger. Please. Zuda Man dragging Big Brother, child. He said he don't mind the Survivor winners because there's a lot of diversity. Unlike Big Brother, there's been Black, queer, and Asian winners since season 4. Ooh.
Well,
right.
Yeah, because literally since
Big Brother was doing
June,
okay at first. Big Brother was doing
they
okay
were,
at
they
first.
were, and then since June there was another Asian until motherfucking Casey, and then since June I think Josh was the next POC after June. No,
Yeah, it was, which is 20 years later.
insane. That's why I was trying to go through the White Survivor winners, but honestly I couldn't remember many.
It's not an overwhelming amount. I know what's that boy? JP? PJ? JT? JT. JT is one of the like most basic ones I can think of, and like Fabio.
Oh, Adam and what's the other one who's a weirdo?
Nick.
Yeah, Adam and Nick.
Yeah.
I hated Adam's win even on the second watch. Nick, I'm not gonna lie, before I found out he was a weirdo, I really enjoyed his win on the second watch.
I didn't mind it. I kind of agree.
I was kind of a stan a little bit, and I found out he was a weirdo. I was like, oh.
DJ Burnett in 2x speed, girl, you finna catch up. Queen.
Make it rain, DJ Burnett.
Period, queen.
And 2x speed. I know that's right.
I thought JT's win was actually very, very phenomenal.
Unanimously? Gag.
JT Survivor win is like Hayden's Big Brother win. Very impressive. Can they do it again?
He definitely did not live up to that in Heroes versus Villains. And didn't he also play Game Changers?
I think he did, and he also did bad there
on that one as well.
Yeah, I think it's almost like I feel like with Hayden, they can do well in a not basic cast, but a newbie cast. Like it's a bunch of new people. You kind of have a archetypal advantage, but when you plop them on a returnees, I don't know if they're gonna gag it like that. But they did really good.
You want to know who I want to see come back?
Who?
Dominic from Ghost Island. I would love to see him play again. I would love to see him. And who was it? Is it Devins?
Rick Devins. I would love that.
I would like to see him play again. He was such an interesting player. Honestly,
I would love
him. And then what was the black girl name for Island of Idols?
Sydney. No, Island of Idols.
We need Sydney back as well. But Lauren Ashley back. I'm really hoping CBS keeps their little POC mandate because once again, I'm excited to see what older school POC players they can bring up into the mix because it could get nasty.
Yes. I don't remember what Danielle De Lorenzo's first season was, but she was so mid on
Heroes. It was 3 first season.
I remember her on that. She was kind of mid on that too. No shade.
Yeah, she was way more dynamic as a player, but she got drowned out by Parvati and Russell in Hero versus Villains.
Real bad.
Like I said, I wish Amanda was being smart and flipped with them, girl. You could have knocked Danielle De Lorenzo right out of the goddamn.
Amanda ain't never been smart.
And that's the gag. But see, that's the gag, right? Amanda didn't want to win because Amanda would have flipped with them and got the final 3. Amanda wins the fucking season.
She would have won.
She would follow because that's the one thing about Amanda, she gotta follow a bad bitch. It went Todd, it went Parvati, and then for some reason it went to Kobe. Girl, Parvati was right there. Russell was even over there.
Russell was right there.
Sandra was right there, baby. All the bad bitches was on the heroes.
You knew it wasn't Kobe, girl.
Girl, when I keep bringing it up, but when Kobe told that girl to drop the goddamn reward and she gave it to Danielle De Lorenzo,
why would you do that? Because she didn't want to be a villain. She knows she's a villain. You know you're a villain. Stop trying to play pretend, girl.
So random. Why did she that was so girl? You just played with her. I guess she didn't want to get ate up again. Girl, you're already getting ate up as a tribe. You might as well work with her
regardless. Girl,
the Villains tribe is definitely one of the best tribes ever. Like they ate. I'm sorry, that was a nasty Villains tribe, and the Villains tribe is carrying fucking Australia too. Like that's what's insane. Like one thing about Villains, great television, but Jeff don't want to use them anymore because they're
clock it. Child, yeah. Kelly wins the reward, and after the reward, Kelly and Sue, they washing off together. They washing each other's hair, rubbing each other's back. And Richard Hatch is mad because he's like, "Oh, so now y'all best friends?" He's like, "I don't understand how people can argue 30 minutes ago, and then 30 minutes later they're best friends and cuddled up and they whoop the whoop, and nothing that happened yesterday matters anymore." They were just being girls, I think, because Sue was like, "Well, we the only girls on the island, so we're gonna be cool here, but I still don't fuck with her." Because literally the next conversation after that is Kelly putting it on the floor with Sue. She said, "Look, Sue, you was calling me two-faced. You was calling me this. You was calling me that. And I don't like that at all. I deserve to make it to the final 3, just like all of y'all do." And Sue was like, "Well, I'm not going to let you get to the final 3. If I can help it, I'm not letting you get there."
Right into this girl face. And Kelly's like, "Well, and honestly, I hated this moment. I did.
because
I like them as friends. Like they were cute friends, they had a cute little duo, and now Sue is just like done. Like I'm wondering if Kelly like begged and pleaded because she have gotten her like loyalty or trust back. Because like I said, I think Sue was hurt. I think Sue was hurt more than anything.
Yeah, I love them though. They're very dynamic. They're all stars. Like even their link up, very cunty. Their breakup, very cunty. They're the stars of the season for me. And then Richard is Richarding. But I could do without Rudy. No shade.
I was like the Taki 4 in general, bitch. I would have been rooting for the Taki 4 real bad.
Yeah, very true. Period.
I don't know. It sucks that they were hated by the public. Like, why did the public hate fun so early in reality TV? I'm so curious to know when that shift happened, when people realize, bitch, it's actually fun that people are playing strategically. I want to see backstabbing.
We would be bored without it. We would be so bored without it.
What's crazy is that the American society trying to act like it's just so peaceful and godlike and just so angelic. Girl, I'm shocked that people were upset that people were playing lying and backstabbing and all this other stuff on TV because, bro, America been shady. Okay, now they want to have morals. Girl, get the fuck out of my face.
Clock it. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out.
The brother saying after Russell lost Heroes versus Villains. That would make sense. Because I didn't realize Russell was a fan favorite. I remember I liked Russell on my first watch. Because when I went back and watched, I watched from 19 up. I don't know why I did that. But Russell, the back-to-back smash of Samoa Heroes versus Villains, if you don't know anything else about that man, it's gonna make you a stan. It is just a little bit, a little bit. Because I'm sorry, he ended up. He did. Then he realized he's a fucking weirdo, and literally, I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. Like every update I see is against my will, and it's something else that's crazier than the last.
It is.
The man is cuckoo.
It's giving,
but it's like. That was a good one too. I didn't realize that the public loved him so much too, because like I thought the whole dumbass girl line shit like that would not have went well with the public. But I guess it was just like in the right area of where we were accepting of people being just straight up assholes on TV. Because I said I don't mind it. Now, if you're gonna be an asshole for my entertainment, be one, but also be prepared to get dragged when you come out. That's very valid. But yeah, no, that was shocking to find out that he won the little award twice, the little sprint award. Like, damn.
Boom. We get to the immunity challenge, and it's the Blair Witch Project, but Survivor style.
Girl, did you see how campy this was? This is so campy, girl. They had Jeff with the videotape. I said, bitch, this shit is in different areas.
He was sweating and shit, bitch.
Like, they need to do this again. Do some scary movie inspired Survivor challenges. Like, why are they not engaging with the actual? Like, I get it, they're castaways on an island, but I really love this effect of like, well, we have real world things because y'all are castaway. Like, y'all are shipwrecked. Like, it feels more, I said this before, but it feels like they were stranded from a shipwreck or a plane wreck. Like, so they still have all these supplies and stuff like that. Modern day Survivor is just like, well, these people just grew up on the land type shit. Like, they ain't got nothing from the real world. Like, I love the impact of like having things from the outside world come in.
I agree. It's like a connection that we can kind of have. It feels so distant in new modern day, but in the OG days, kind of feels like we're connected. Like these are still regular Americans and they're regularly there on the island. Now it's like you can't even tell that they was from America. No shade, they could be from anywhere. But
also too, clock what era they're in, because when Kelly went on this reward, they drinking this beer and they watching this big ass TV with that big ass back. Girl, when I tell you I had my TV with the big ass back for years, mama. I had that well into high school. I want to say a TV with a big ass back. I sure did. I played my Xbox on that. Grand Theft Auto I was playing on there. Could barely see any of the words, bitch. Like, baby, that is history. That is history.
That is history.
Ass.
No,
like,
it really is
so crazy to see, and they did that before on
what
was it this season? They did.
But they brought the whole thing. They literally brought the TV in. Yes.
Like it's so crazy to see how far we've advanced as society. Like that was 2000. That was only 2000. We were like 1 year old. Yep. You were like 10 at the time. Like
I wasn't even born. But yes, we can. You're older.
You're older than my oldest brother,
right?
Because we can go there.
We can. The mini challenge is very, very campy, but it ended up kind of just being simple because Jeff is like telling them the scary story, and they have to listen to what he's saying.
Is it not giving total drama that one episode?
It was giving total drama. It was literally giving total drama. And I kind of like that. It was just very campy, but they just basically had to go out there and answer questions based on what he was saying. Why the fuck Rudy, every time they holding the camera, every time Rudy goes up and reads a question, he says, I don't know. He don't know none of the answers. Were you listening, sir?
No, he wasn't.
Oh no.
I feel like Rudy was minding his business. Rudy is really one of them just grumpy old people. I be talking to them at work all the time. They just call in, just mad at the world. Just
He's
want to
giving
talk.
the man from Up, the husband.
Yes,
grandpa
and
from Up.
they always just want to rant about how they tired of everything.
Child, but no, that was crazy. I'm like, Rudy, win an immunity, king. Do something. I need him to be iconic in some way. He iconic with his personality, but like, damn. But he flopped. Kelly won again because she's fed. Bitch, I have Kelly fed. Wigglesworth wins immunity.
Girl eating Big Macs and McChickens and 10 pieces of nuggets and McFlurries, and
they giving her granola bars, protein bars, energy bars. Bitch, they gave
her Gatorade, Powerade, bitch. She getting them little packets, them Hawaiian Punch packets you could throw up in the water. Girl, they giving her salt denaturalizer, bitch. She could take the ocean water and take the salt out of it. Girl,
they giving her magnesium, vitamin D, bitch, milk,
orange juice, Sunny D,
all of that apple juice, bitch. Grapes and oranges, bitch. Like they was just.
Bro, that is such a hilarious rumor. Like
she confirmed it.
But what's funny is that all it was one granola bar, and we talking about some McChickens. Right?
Oh my god! But no.
Imagine I would not even want to eat no McDonald's on that island, bitch. Because I hate, like, you ever had like a backyard barbecue with your family? And
that's the Final Destination. That's what they do. They do a background.
In the new movie?
Yeah, that's the intro.
Ooh. So basically, I hate when you're eating outside and all of the flies. Like that's so nasty to me. So imagine like when they be having the lunch outside. Like call me a bougie ass bitch, but I would be if I'm hungry as fuck. I'm eating regardless. I'll eat the fly, but I'm like, ugh, like you really have to throw the sanitization out the window, don't you? And that's why I can't do an apocalypse because I'm bougie. I like sanitization. I like running water. I like, that.
Period.
I can't kill no animal, cook it in the woods and fry it up and then eat. I can't do that. That's not my type of lifestyle. That's not.
So here's the tea. I know we talked about it, but here's the tea.
What?
Kelly Wigglesworth from Survivor Borneo has spoken about receiving food, specifically protein bars, from a crew member during the filming of Survivor Borneo. She has also described a producer throwing a power bar right at her feet, and Richard Hatch saw. Boom. Jenna McGligley of Survivor Caribbean. There's a Survivor Caribbean?
Didn't know.
Maybe they made that up. Has also mentioned that Richard Hatch, the winner of Borneo, claimed people were leaving food everywhere for him. Joel Klug. Joel is that one boy who was on the Pagan tribe before merge. Another contestant on Borneo also mentioned unauthorized eating. So everybody was getting food.
Girl, they was all getting water.
They was giving they face was just
in and out.
A bar here. Here's a bar here.
They're actually so sick for that.
Very sick. I feel like this was the only season I've ever seen rumors of that though. So
it makes sense. It's the very first season. They was
so they was giving ghetto back then, but they was like, girl, let's quit being ghetto. Let's be real.
Control it. JB said, who would do better on Survivor between the both of you? I feel like in a current state, definitely Pharaoh, because baby, them challenges right now, girl. Because at the end of the day, I would need to be the physical strength, and I think I could carry something. I can carry something, but run, swim, run and carry, swim and carry.
You got it, girl. Lee, I don't think I would do good at Survivor at all. I'm not like, I'm quick-witted, and I know it takes a lot of quick-wittedness and shit like that, but I think I'm too sporadic. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be someone in Survivor that people feel like they could. No, I feel like I'm like a Jonathan Pinner or a coach when he was on his first season. Like, I'm all over the place. I'm doing anything. It is what anything can happen with me. We don't know if we could trust him. I think Lee is a very loyal ally who could get to the end and win with his group. Bitch. I don't think I could disagree.
But I would need to get past the physical portion. Basically, I would have to get to merge. I honestly feel like if I got to merge, I would make it to the end. I just don't know if I would win because my fear in every show. I feel like I'm social enough to get to the end of any like show, and that's a big game talk. I'm talking.
You talking?
I'm gonna have to test it one day.
Say it. You better say it.
But the problem is how do you win? Because bitch, you gonna make fun of me right in my face?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
The problem is you have to make a move at some point. You have to have your Marianne moment. You have to have your big moment, and that's scary. You know, I would hope to win on just being a social icon, but that's rare if you don't have some type of move to back it up. And would I be able to do a move? I don't know. Like I can think of ideas all day long, but actually enacting a plan, I've never had to do that. So I don't know how I would do that in a situation like that.
I think somebody just said, imagine y'all in the same season, how would it work out? I think we kind of do give Kyle and Camilla tease with our energies, because like kind of what Lee just said, like making a plan. I can make a plan, bitch. And I feel like it's giving like I could be a Camilla of it all and Lee could be like a Kyle of it all. I think Lee could have some social connections. He could end up in an alliance depending on where he's at. And I could help come up with a plan. There you go. And then we could do it.
Oh
and
my God. JB said, not you think you would play like Mitch. Now, I wouldn't be as dumb as fucking Mitch, bitch. I'm flipping on a vote, and I'm going to have an alliance. I'm having an alliance, bitch. I would be in
it's giving Eva
alliance. Girl, if anything is giving Eva. Actually, if anything is giving Kyle, 100%.
Okay, boom. You calling out Camilla.
Literally though, like I'm the type of player where it's like I would be in the alliance, but I'm not loyal to the alliance. The thing is, Kyle actually got loyal to it. I wouldn't actually be loyal to it.
Yeah, child.
But I would not be in top 6 with no goddamn alliance. That's insane. Mitch is just dumb.
I don't know what's wrong with Mitch. Anyways, Kelly wins immunity to go back to camp real quick, and it's just a bunch of diary rooms because you know they don't be talking about nothing. But Rudy has a diary room, says he's definitely going to final 2 with his man Rich. He does not say his man.
And I don't even think he's serious about that. I guess he might be, but like
he just it's serious in like a military way. Like,
can he be?
I gave my word. He's not thinking about that. I gave my word. I'm going to make it to the end with Richard.
You're right. They already agreed. And I'm not a homosexual, but I'm going to the end with the homosexual.
With a homosexual. Okay.
Homosexual.
Richard has a diary room that Kelly winning immunity sucks because he wants to vote that bitch out. He did not
That's
say
what he meant, but he didn't say
that. That's what he meant. Kelly had a diary room that Richard claims that, he has to change his strategy because now he doesn't want to go with Sue because Sue is da-da-da-da. Basically, Kelly is trying to figure out, is Richard and Sue still working together or not? Because she needs Richard to be working against Sue so that way she don't go home. And she can't really tell. I kind of feel like Richard is still working with Sue because...
But he don't want Sue in that endgame.
He don't want Sue in that endgame. But what's weird is, why not just take out Sue? Right here, like this Sean going home is like okay,
because I think he wants the leverage of having, because in this he is closest to all 3 of them. Sean being here is a factor that he cannot control. This situation he can control all 3, and I truly think that this episode set up him taking Kelly over Sue.
I see that, and it really shows he has the leverage of them beefing. He knows Sue and Kelly hate each other.
Right.
Kelly know each other hate each other. Going into Final 4 with 2 people who hate each other, whichever one of them is vulnerable, the other one will get 4th. He will be in Final 3 with his final 2, and the person he just saved, he's setting it up to win. This is a genius. I don't know about a genius, but this is a smart guy, man. Thank God Sean went home. Sean is Mitch.
Sean is Mitch, bitch. Mitch is so goddamn annoying. Good God. I'm so excited to see how many comparisons we're going to get as this continues. Like, what comparisons are we going to get out of Survivor Season 2 and Survivor 50?
I know, right?
When Tina's on both seasons and winning both?
Period. Will Kobe and maybe Alyssa too?
I don't need Kobe back on my screen at all.
I don't either. I'd never need him on my screen to begin with. He was kind of cute. Was he cute, or is that somebody else I'm thinking of?
I can see how Season 2
I think when he was younger, he was... Is he the one who fell in the fire? The pedo fell in the fire.
There's a pedo? Scooping?
Yeah, he fell in the fire. He a pedo.
He a pedo?
Confirmed.
I'm not surprised.
He's actually in jail for it. He's in jail.
I see it.
Yeah. Don't know how we got there. But anyways, boom. We're done with the episode.
We're done?
The Big Four.
Don't need a big score. Just talking 3, talking 4, talking 4, whore. If I was watching the season, I would probably want Richard to win. With the mindset I have now, as far as like respecting social game, Richard. If I was not in that mode, probably Sue or Kelly.
Valid. Me too. Not Rudy.
Not Rudy. Unfortunately, Rudy, no.
I'm not heterosexual. I would never
Right.
root
I'm a
for it.
homosexual.
Right.
And like we said, next week we will be dropping our Survivor 50 wish list. Honestly, I'm just gonna go through every single season I've seen and put down a list. It's probably going to be 90 times more women than men. And yeah, Pharaoh, you're going to get off of my speech impediment, okay? Sometimes I stutter. That's okay. I'm a human.
Zuda Man wants to know our thoughts on all day games leading up to this. I can go quickly through it. Well, we already talked about Richard, honestly.
Yeah, Richard basically ran the fuck out of this game from the beginning to the end. It was really impressive as far as like being able to keep control within this isolated pocket. Right. And a lot of it is because, like I said, the other cast were unassuming and didn't know what the fuck they were doing, but they even clocked him at one point, and people like Sue, Kelly, and Rudy did not turn on him. So he was able to curate a group that was literally loyal to him all the way up until the end, and now he's set up to where he probably can go to Fall 2 with any of these three. I mean, impressive.
I think it was really good. I agree with everything you said. Rudy is nothing to me. He's down for the ride.
What I like about Rudy is that he is someone exhibiting a game that is kind of boring, not that much involved, but still in an alliance. There's a lot of people who play Survivor who get on this island who don't know the game that well, who are just here as the personality, and then they do nothing else past that. He got into an alliance, and is his strategy basic about it? Yeah, but at least he's a part of something. I like that, because he could have just be sitting here all day and not doing anything like Sean was.
I agree. I think Kelly is the most interesting to me so far because she started off as basically the first person trying to even make an alliance with Stacy, and that wasn't really working out. But Stacy got caught up in all of that, got sent the fuck home. But Kelly was able to make this bond and relationship with Sue very, very early on, even though she's younger. Sue's a little bit older. They don't actually have anything in common, but she was able to make this relationship with her, use that relationship with her to pull Richard in. Richard pulls Rudy in, and they formed this alliance. I would give Kelly most of the credit because she was the first one in it. She was the first
person to bring up an alliance in Survivor history. Like, iconic. She was the first person trying to create it. Like, and I really enjoyed Kelly's game over time. Like,
and then she started playing the middle between the alliance she made and then the other tribe. This is a legend.
The jury management was there. The plan to both sides was there. She wanted to flip on the alliance, but didn't. She was talking shit behind their back, but still voting with them in their face. Girl, she told the other side, "Well, I'm not sending you
on the floor with Sue." Like, and then she's entertaining as well,
and
like,
she's a comp beast.
And she's a comp beast.
It's like honestly such a well-rounded, fun character that Kelly has become, and I really enjoy her. Now, the only thing she did was not control it. Because Kelly could have won this season, but she didn't control it. And I think it's because she's young, and also she's not fully aware of what she's doing. I think she's still picking it up because, I mean, this is the very first season, but even Kelly is really setting up some building blocks for a lot of players in the future.
Right. And then Sue, I think she's iconic personality-wise for sure. Yes. She's also very smart, but she's kind of like, it's hard to compare her. I'm trying to think of a Big Brother player, but she's like that player who is aware, is very smart. She knows what she's doing, but she's not fully game centered. I think she's too concerned about like her personal goals, kind of like Sarah Lacina on her first round. Her first gameplay, Sarah Lacina, is giving that. It's giving, I'm here, I'm playing for myself. I want whatever I want to happen, and we're going to do it this way. And if I don't feel this, I'm not going to do this. If I want to do this, I'm going to do this. And a lot of times in these games, you have to be malleable. You got to move around. Kelly does not want to be in an alliance, but she's pretending. And you got to kind of pretend sometimes. And I think that's Sue's only flaw, but she's very interesting. She's someone who I feel like she could have done great in All Stars. It's kind of unfortunate what occurs, but I feel like she could do great in All Stars.
Because she's the type of personality where I think people can easily get along with her, and she has enough of a stoicness that people think she's calm, she's peaceful. You can get along with her easily. And I also think that she does have some game smartness because she also joined this alliance. She, unlike Kelly, did not regret being in a strategic alliance this entire time. She has been aware of what she has been doing behind the scenes, and she has been smiling in people's faces, acting like she's not doing that. I think the one thing I would like for Sue is she did have a bigger reach as far as speaking with more people, because I think she can have just as much control as Richard, but I feel like her not being as involved with everyone is kind of what puts her a notch under him. But I did like how her speaking on, I'm playing Richard. Like, Richard thinks he's going to Final 2 with me, but that's not going to happen because I'm working with Kelly and we're going to take him out. Like, that type of thinking for the end game. She's like, I'm sitting in this perfect alliance. Let me set myself up within this alliance. So in the end game, I can be in the final two with my homegirl. So she had a thought process going. I think she let it slip through her fingers with this whole Kelly and Colleen mess, even though Kelly had still been voting with them. But in general, I like Sue. I think she's a fun character for sure.
Dude, man, said, she flopped on All Stars even before the incident. Is it giving?
Damn.
Is it? I don't even know who is giving child. That's embarrassing though.
Joshua Martin asked, "Are y'all going to do an Australian Survivor versus the World cast assessment?" Child can't talk today, but we should be. We should be. When the cast drops, we do it a week before the premiere. So most likely, yeah. We're not going to do a draft, but we are going to talk about the cast.
Yes. Period. All right, y'all. Get into the other shit. This was the second to we only got one more motherfucking episode of Survivor Rewind because we will be discussing the reunion and the finale both on next Thursday, right after the Survivor 48 finale. So make sure you're motherfucking there next Thursday. Speaking of finales, the finale of Amazing Race will be getting discussed tomorrow by Mwah. So get into that or whatever, period. Speaking of another finale, the finale of the first, what is it called? The first bracket of RuPaul's Drag Race will be also on Saturday. So get into the finale of the first bracket of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Not the finale on finale.
Speaking of finale, no, not finale. But Love Island, we're also doing that. So get into Love Island on Monday.
We're close to the finale.
We're close to the finale over there. So get into Love Island is tea or whatever, right? Also get into Big Brother Rewind coming up soon. If you just like this Survivor Rewind, y'all all better be here with Big Brother Rewind because y'all are the OGs. Y'all are the real. Y'all are the realest of the real. So y'all need to be real at Survivor and real over at Big Brother, bitch. Okay. Period. If you want to watch the next episode of we already told you. Watch the finale and watch the reunion. So, boom, right? Episode 13, episode 14, we'll be back, right? If you want to get to Love Island, on Monday, watch episode 25, 26, 27. On Wednesday, watch episodes 28, 30, 31, 32. Period. And also, send in your votes for the next Reality Rewind series because we're doing Love Island right now, and I know everybody does not love that, but we could be doing a show that you do love. So make sure you send in your vote. The link is in the description. The top 10 vote getters will be in contention.
Period. And if you're a Survivor stan, just know Survivor Rewind, that's going to be the U.S. version. So if you vote for Survivor, let it be an international version because the U.S. version will not get count hinty. That's why we have to rewind, mama.
Period, mamas. Also get into the Scripted Kingdom. Me and Lee will be watching Final Destination Bloodlines this weekend. I will be watching Friendship this weekend as well. And I will be posting my motherfucking reviews of them the week following. So definitely get into that, bitch. Maybe I'll get some Black Mirror out too. Bitch, who knows? There's a lot going on. So get into that. And thank you for keeping it real with the kingdom, honey. We're out. Mwah.